Hi everybody, welcome back to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, and in this video we're going to be learning the hardpoint rotations for the new map which dropped today as I'm making this video, Khandor Hideout. So this is a really cool drill that you can do to learn the hardpoint rotations, and if you know the hardpoint rotations, basically you'll win a lot more hardpoint games. So what I'll do is in the description down below I'll have a link to the file that I have that has the hardpoint rotations for I think almost all of the maps, apart from I don't think I bothered doing shipment. Anyway, but what you do is you go into a private match and you go into a local game, and then we want to create a local game. Then we go into game setup, and the map you want to select the new map, Khandor Hideout. The mode, obviously, we want to be hardpoint. The bots, you don't want any bots because it's just you. We're just going to be running around, learning the rotations, and obviously always keep to hand the written one as well, whether that be on your phone, on a scrap of paper, or on your laptop, because it's easy to forget. And there's so many maps now in Modern Warfare 2019 that I struggle remembering. You think, okay, what comes after this? Once you're in a game and you've done the first rotation, it's easy to remember before that. And then what you want to do is you want to go into the game rules and you want to whack up the time limit to, I don't know, 20 minutes. Whack up the score limit to loads. Time to capture zone instant. Zone lifetime. For this particular map, I've set it at 45 seconds. So normally in a game it's a minute. But we're going to set it to 45 seconds, and that will give us enough time to have a chat. And the way that the video works is the first 2 times we'll go around with the hardpoint rotation changes, and then for the next 2 rotations we'll get ahead of the game. Yeah, anyway, that's what we'll do, and I'll talk more about that when we're in the game. So we'll do that. So we're good to go. So now we'll start the match. Now, Khandor Hideout, it's an interesting sized map. It's not very big, but it's not really small. It's not shipment size or rust size, but it's one of the smaller maps. So it doesn't matter which loadout you do. So with Hardpoint, it's all about controlling where your team members spawn from. That's what this game is all about. This game mode is all about. So the first rotation place we're going to go is lab, which is right in the middle of the map. And there's a couple of ways. We're going to be going onto the. we're going to be going in through the door that you can get in on, and it's this area here, and it's on the ground floor. As you can see, there's a few ways in. And you can come from upstairs, so this is right in the middle. Now the next place we're going to go is residence, which is, let me come outside, is that way. So when you have your first, when you first play Hardpoint and you get into it, the first flag, in this case the lab, don't worry too much about it, about capturing it or not capturing. Your job, as the person who knows the rotations in your particular team, is not to take this third hardpoint. Your job is to get to a location that will start your teammates spawning near to the next hardpoint. And what that means is the next one's over here, which is called residence, and it's on the top floor. So what you'd be doing is when that first hardpoint starts at the beginning of the match, you want to come somewhere over like here. And you want to be hanging around here, and that way your teammates will be spawning on you. They can still go and capture that middle one, but it means when this one pops, you can run up and you can capture it. Now the next one is at a place called Lookout, which is at the other end of the map. So generally, with about 20 seconds to go, you then leave, and it doesn't matter if you die or anything, you just leave, because you want to get set up at the next hard point near it, and get your teammates spawning there. If someone gets to the hard point ahead of you and it becomes too difficult to capture that hard point, if there's 30 seconds or less to get there, now you can go inside, you can go up the stairs here, or you could do something like this. You could go up here, you can go through here, if there's 30 seconds left to go, stop worrying about the existing hard point and get set up on the next one. So the next one for us is garage, which is on the bottom floor of the garage down there. So again, for this rotation, bulletproof radio. For this rotation, we're just going with the hard points, but you'll see in the next but one how we're trying to get ahead of the hard points. So with this one, there's a few ways in. Go through here. So this is the hard point all around this area here. You've got that door there. You've got that window there. I would probably be setting up, you know, in the corner, throwing my trophy system down, putting my mines, you know, by the doors, and you know, throwing a smoke grenade, because I'll probably be using a thermal sight. So the next place we can go is really interesting. It's called the field, which is over there. So I think we'll go out the back way. And it pops. There we go. Now remember, the way the scoring system works on Hardpoint is your team will score points as long as you've got at least one person on the hardpoint. Doesn't matter how many people you have, as long as you've got one person, it will start ticking up in terms of score. If the enemy get the hardpoint as well, it becomes contested and nobody earns any points, and then they have to kill you, then they start earning points. You get more XP points when you're on the hardpoint killing people, and defending it, or attacking people who are on the hardpoint. So as you see, this is very open. Now you can actually capture it while still up here and not down there. So that's quite interesting. So the next one is back in the lab. So we're going back to the centre of the map. So back to the beginning. So that's quite unusual. I can't really think of another map in Call of Duty Modern Warfare where two hardpoints are so close to each other. Right, so again, for this rotation, I won't stay in the hardpoint because I don't want the game to end with too many points. Excuse me. But what we're going to be doing is just going on to the next one. So the next one, if you remember, is residence, which is upstairs in that direction. So we'll wait for it to pop and then we'll leg it that way. So yeah, if you think that each hard point lasts a minute, and I think you get a point for every second, so each hard point is worth 60 points. The score limit, I'm going to get this wrong now, aren't I? The score limit is 250. So it's simply not worth, in fact let me show you another way of getting here. It's simply not worth trying to fight for a hard point where you keep dying. Yes, you can go across here and through there. When there isn't that many seconds left, you're better off setting your team up for the next hard point, so you'll capture it right from the beginning and hold it for like 30, 40, 50 seconds. Rather than wasting your time and being out of position for the next hard point. So we know that after this, which is residence, we're going to go to lookout, which is at the other end of the map. We'll probably go this way actually this time. And by doing this drill, it will make you familiar with the map and the hardpoint rotations, and as I say, it'll enable you to get ahead of the game. So the next one's up here. So what we'll do is we'll go inside the house this time. So I think we can go through this way, and then where's the stairs? Alright, there's the stairs. Go around here and see how small this one is as well. You definitely need a trophy system down here and a bit of smoke. So I'd say to people, you know, what you want to run is you want to run EOD for explosive. You want to run I can't remember what it's called, restock perk, so that you get your explosives and your tacticals back, and you want to run shrapnel, so you start off with 2 explosives. Let's go into the garage next. And so what you want to run with is you want to run with mines. So you'll have 2 mines, and you want to run with a smoke grenade, and then you want to run with a gun with a thermal sight on it, so that you can do something like pop down here. You can pop your field upgrade would be the trophy system. You pop it in the middle like there, and what you can do is you can pop a smoke, not a flash, and then because you've got a thermal sight on, you can see through the smoke and you can shoot people as they come in. So we've had the garage, so the next one is the field. So let's get ready to go. go.
Okay, get to the hard point.
See how open this is, you know? If you haven't got a trophy system set up in the middle, people are just going to be lobbing grenades onto here, firing rockets, sniping you, all that sort of stuff. Very, very difficult place to defend. In fact, you know, sometimes you're probably better off just hanging back here now. So the next hard point is going to be the first one for the new rotation, and we're going to be getting ahead of the game. So as I said, when the game starts, or when you come to here, you want to be attacking this hard point from this end of the map, because we know the next hard point is up there. So we want all our buddies spawning here, so that we're coming from this direction. You know, and then we get on the hard point, and you hang around on the hard point if you can, up until there's about 20 to 25 seconds to go. And at that point, you just leave. It doesn't matter if you die or anything like that. You just get out there, because your job then is to get to the next one, which is here, which is residence upstairs. So again, if the hard point hadn't popped yet, you know, you'd be getting back here, you know, getting ready, getting in cover, shooting any people who are enemy teams who are coming, and then you'd be getting it up. So we're in the hard point, ready for it to pop. There. So we capture it straight away, and then we know the next one is Lookout down the other end of the map. So again, we're getting ahead of the game. Again, you wouldn't plan this, you wouldn't be leaving the hard point straight away. There is, however, a strong reason. So we know the next one's up there, so we're going to take this little shortcut here. I wonder if can you jump? Yeah, you can go up that way as well. There is an argument, if you are in a hard point and one or two members of your team post themselves in the hard point as well, there's no point you hanging around there, because all that means is you'd be very liable to an RPG or a grenade coming and killing all of you. Get off the hard point, head to the next one, get the spawning set up for the next hard point, and then you'll be ready to go. So here we go. So we caught this one, and we know the next one is Garage. So again, from here you would probably drop down like this. Avoid trying to... This bit is where you're really trying to avoid all the enemies, because they'll all be running up here trying to capture that hard point. You just want to stay out of their way so that you can get ready on the next hard point. You know, close the doors, put your mines down, put your trophy system in the middle, close that door, put a mine down there, post up. Actually, this is probably a good place to post up, just up here. Just got, you've got that window to cover, but you could have mines covering that one, mines covering that one. And then you cover this with your submachine gun. So once this pops, we've got the field, which is over there. There it goes, so we've got that one, so let's go to the field. So again, if you're in there, you would take... excuse me. Take the long way round. Could even go up here and have a sneaky peek. There's loads of balconies and overlooks on this map, even though it's small. Got stuck for a bit. And I would probably, while I was waiting, I would post up over here, just ready for this one to pop. Again, you're not trying to engage enemies, then we capture this one. And our next one we know is back to the lab. So, I mean, in reality you would just run straight into here, set up your mines, just try and get somewhere. Can we get on top of the fridge? No. Actually, maybe somewhere, can we get on top of here? This is quite unusual here. Let's see if we can capture from up here, because that would be quite a good place to be. And we know from here it's upstairs at the residence down there.
Get ready, we're about to move.
There's the whole map, see how small it is. Right, so we can capture from up here, so this is a really good place to capture it. Very good place. People wouldn't be, you know, they'd be looking towards the middle of the capture point. Right, so now we know the next place is residence, so let's head over to the residence. Yeah, because if you've got to run around this way, I suppose you run through there, yeah, and go up there. it's this room here. Is this room here? Is it? I keep forgetting which one it is. Again, lots of places, you know, for a sniper. If you can see out with a sniper for a long line of sight, they can see you, can't they? So always bear that in mind. Get those mines into position. Get that trophy system out. So we're in there. So we know the next one after here is the lookout, which is the other end. So let's leg it down there. Let's use this rather natty shortcut. Remember, if you're carrying an LMG or an assault rifle or a sniper rifle, you might not be able to do that jump. Look at these bombs. Do they explode? No.
10 seconds. Get ready to move.
Okay, so now after lookout, it's back to the garage again. I guess an alternative route, you could try and push this way, though all the enemies are probably going to be pushing through here, so it'd be a bit of a hard battle to try and push all the way through here to then loop back round to here to come into the back to the garage from this angle. But again, close the doors, or with mines actually, sometimes open doors are good because people run in and they get looking for you and they don't see the mine that's there. That's why you use mines and not claymores. As they come through, the mine pops up, explodes, not only gets them, but often gets the guy who's behind them. Whereas claymores are easy to see. You know, you can always see a claymore and you can shoot it. So we know after this one, we're over to the field, so we go out this way. Mobility is everything in Modern Warfare. Can we hide in here? Right. We lie down. No, we can't though. So we could. Oh, we can't mount on the side. Oh, yeah, we can if we stand up. Such an open hard point here. Such an open hard point. But again, bear in mind that if it's too much of a battle to get this one, we know the next one is the lab. So get yourself over in this sort of direction over here, so you start spawning not only for the lab, but for the residence hard point as well. So we capture this one, so we're into the final rotation now, so let's get ahead of the game. Let's get a set up in the lab. Let's go up here, because we decided this is quite a cool place to perch. And we know that after here it's residence upstairs, which is over there. And then it's all the way back to lookout there, then it's down to the garage there, across the field there, and back here. And trust me, we're a long way. I mean, when did it come? November, December. We have all of November, December, January, February. We've had all of March. So 5 months into this game. So almost halfway into its lifespan. If you're an average player like me and you're just playing public games, if you know the hardpoint map rotations, you will win almost every hardpoint you play, and also it makes it a lot more fun, because if you come up against people who know hardpoint and know the rotations, you can have some really close battles, really close battles. And what I particularly like in hardpoint is where you come into the game late on, you know, when you first go into a lobby and it puts you in and the team are behind, but because you know the hardpoint rotations, you can get ahead of the game and you can really start to help your team get back. And trust me, putting those mines down, putting that trophy system down, using that smoke with the thermal grenade, with the thermal sight, it is so much fun. In fact, sometimes, so after the residence, we know it's lookout the other end. In fact, what happens sometimes is you just run away with games. You just run away. If you can always, especially on the bigger maps like Grozny Raid, because you can do the flanking route all the way around to the other end of the map without anybody engaging. Literally every single hard point you can leave. You can leave early, get there, capture the hard point as it pops. Your teammates come into the hard point, they get onto the hard point, you leave with 30 seconds to go, you get to the next hard point, and you just steamroller the opposition. You really do. And even if you get killed on a hard point, it doesn't matter, because you then just go to the next one, and it's so demoralising for the enemy team, because all they're seeing is the enemy has the hard point, the enemy has the hard point, and then by the time they fight their way through to capture it, you've captured the fresh one straight away, and you get loads of XP for that as well, because you're constantly getting the bonus for being the first one on the hard point. So we're back in the garage. The level of detail is amazing, isn't it, on these maps? Hello? Is there a phone number? So after garage, there's field over there. Again, if this was too hard to capture field, you would consider holding position back here so that your team can capture lab and be ready for the next one. And then with the capture of this hard point, we've completed our 4 hard point rotations for the new Khandor Hideout map. Again, in the links down below, in the description down below, you'll see the hard points and a link to my list of a document with all the hard points for Modern Warfare 2019. So hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully that will get you dominating hardpoint and really enjoying this game mode, because I know if you don't know the map rotations, hardpoint is arse. I think it really is. You know, one of the maps I have struggle remembering them. I always have to have the list there. Is Atlas Superstore. And when you get a bit confused about which hardpoint is next, really sucks. But when you know, it's brilliant. Anyway, that's enough from me. If you've enjoyed the video, hit like. If you found it helpful, you know, and you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. But thank you very much, and I will see you again soon.
Hardpoint, let's go.